The Republican Accountability Project, which consists of a group of anti-Trump or never Trump Republicans, has launched a 7-figure billboard campaign calling out a dozen GOP lawmakers to basically resign following the Capitol riots. So this organization rightly believes that people like Senator Ted Cruz and Senator Josh Hawley helped to provoke the riots that took place in the Capitol, and they want these individuals out of office. So one of the billboards that they've already put up says this: "You lied about the election, the Capitol was attacked, Senator Cruz resign." And they did also focus on other GOP lawmakers, specifically 10 GOP lawmakers in the House. Other lawmakers targeted by the campaign include House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Representative Devin Nunes, Representative Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who of course this week has been criticized by Republicans and Democrats alike for being a lunatic. And basically you get the flavor, I'm surprised that they're only sticking to 10 members of the House, because there were more than 100 who decided to challenge Joe Biden's electoral votes, even after the riot took place. It's mind blowing. Also, this group, the Republican Accountability Project, has already committed to raising $50 million to help re-elect GOP lawmakers who voted to impeach or convict, hopefully convict in the future, Donald Trump for inciting the January 6th insurrection. So, that's a signal to Liz Cheney, who I can't believe I'm saying is the voice of reason in the Republican Party when it comes to impeaching Donald Trump. We live in a weird world, but I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this.
Well, I think this is incredible. One, because the amount of money they're throwing behind this is like otherworldly. I mean, and also it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen quickly, because when people want, when I feel like when conservatives want to get something done and they're pissed at someone, they get, as you said, the flavor is they're very spicy right now. I'm here in Florida, and there is at least 5 to 6. They stole the election billboards. All this stuff still down here for Trump. That's super unsettling to see. And I'm glad that now we're in a time that people are, if you will, are not turning a blind eye. They realize that what happened on January 6th is unconscionable. They realize that everything that's happened in the last 4 years has led up to this cannot be dealt with. So for them to not only have billboards, but also take this on the air, have commercials behind this, I'm here for it. You said the flavor is spicy. I'm absolutely smelling what The Rock is cooking, and I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, Francesca, yesterday there was a story in The Hill. Sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted to mention this.
Please.
Of the states that have reported how their voter rolls have changed since the election, and there's only a few of them, right? So this is an underestimate. We've learned that about 30,000 Republican voters decided to re-register as something else. So this was following the Capitol riots. And so I don't know what kind of impact that's gonna have on the Democratic Party, because when push comes to shove, these are still Republican voters, right? These are still people who have Republican leanings and beliefs and values. And if they join the Democratic Party, that creates, I think, a situation in which I'm worried that corporate Democrats are gonna be more concerned about appealing to them and keeping them in the party, as opposed to doing what it takes to keep progressives happy. But it does show that there's at least some political consequence to what some of these awful Matt Gaetz type Republicans have engaged in.
Yeah, I mean, I think, without absolutely giving any cookies out to people like Cindy McCain, it is important to understand when there are fragments and fractures in elite classes in the Republican Party, in the Democratic Party, that's a good thing. When there are progressives pushing for real change in the Democratic Party, when there are Republicans pushing to not go the way of nutjob, QAnon, conspiracy theory party, that's a good thing as well. These are all moments that I think we can exploit. And I absolutely think that, as W. Kamau Bell said when Trump was elected, basically to all white people, go get your boy. Like, go get your boy, go get your girl, go get your Karens. Go get your people. This is on you, Republican Party, who stirred this pot of animosity and hatred and racism and all the dog whistles for so many years, and all your fawning over Reagan and Reagan himself, right? You did this, so go get your people back. And so I think it's good that they're doing this. Now, the question is it going to work? I definitely think we cannot be so cynical as to say, no, it's MAGA or nothing, they're all gone. I don't believe that, and I think it's important to see absolutely like what you're saying, Anna, the 30,000 people that have re-registered. Look, I think they're probably registering as independents. I don't know if they're gonna register as Democrats. I think there are people who just, in a Pavlovian reaction way, they're never gonna vote for someone with a D next to their name, only an R or independent.
Yeah, no, I certainly think that they're likely to vote for, or I'm sorry, register as independents, or more likely to register as independents as opposed to Democrats. But I think that right now internally, there's this interesting conversation going on, and you can see decisions being made in real time with these lawmakers essentially reading the tea leaves and deciding to kind of capitalize on Trumpism, because Trumpism isn't dead. I mean, it's these voters still overwhelmingly support Trump. Even after the riots took place, they overwhelmingly support Trump. And so people like Paul Gosar, Matt Gaetz, Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, Hawley, all of these people have decided, no, I'm gonna keep emboldening and empowering Trump's base by appealing to them, because that's where the future of the party is, and it's better to just kind of go in that direction for my own political career. Like that's what I see happening. That's what I'm interpreting the situation as. And that's really the terrifying part, because you now have this oversaturation of insane right-wing media. I mean, to the point where Fox News time to time seems like the more reasonable conservative news outlet. That's how bad things are. That's how much the news has devolved on the right. And those people, the OANs, Newsmax, they're gonna keep stirring the pot. And they're gonna keep pushing the Republican electorate further and further to the right. And so, I mean, I don't see anyone in the Republican Party trying to fight that. I don't see anyone having a discussion about bringing the fairness doctrine back. So we have common sense, regulation of the media to ensure that people are actually getting the truth out there and presenting, both sides accurately. None of that's happening. And I feel like if we don't do anything about how the media is operating right now, then we don't really have a chance.
And in theory, I'm sorry, go ahead, friend.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a whole other conversation that we absolutely need to have. I will just add one thing, is that I think utilizing the money, like $50,000 or $50 million to try and get like non-nut job Republicans elected, that's good. That's putting a little bit of money where it needs to go, which is more in the grassroots, more in getting, in mounting either primarying or helping people like Cindy McCain stay in office, as opposed to what Matt Gaetz is doing, which is trying to basically oust her. That's one thing. And then this other thing is that the line still needs to be this organization. Oh, sorry, Liz Cheney, not McCain. Yeah, Liz Cheney. Yes, and that's where the line needs. You need to actually put the money, not just in billboards, not just in ads, but in actually supporting the candidates on the ground. So that's good. It's not just sort of a Lincoln Project-y kind of like, yay, we run cool ads. And I think that's really important. The other thing is there need to be consequences for January 6th.
Right.
That's it. Like these fools are not going to resign on their own. AOC, Rashid, all the squad, Jamal Bowman, Cori Bush, they're all right. They're all right. There needs to be consequences.
I mean, $50 million is a lot of money, and it's a lot of money. Excuse me. I mean, in theory, this is cool. They want to hold people accountable. They're doing what they can do. But I would much rather see $50 million be funneled into a community project. I would much rather see $50 million be funneled into something that's a little bit more, what's the word? Productive. than this, because there's communities that have been affected by, as a person of color. I mean, I'm gonna throw in race into this right now because I am a black man, as you guys can see. I think there's communities that have been affected by a lot of things that have happened over the last 4 years that can definitely benefit from that amount of money in some capacity. So yeah, while in theory it's great that they want to have billboards and have commercials and go hardcore on this, wouldn't $50 million be better used for something that's more positive?
Yeah, I mean, I think they just want to save their preferred version of Republican identity, really. And I don't know if they can. That's pretty much my commentary on this. I don't know if they can, because the system in place that's made people the way they are is not changing anytime soon. Like, no one's having a conversation about that, whether it's the way the media operates or the way algorithms work in social media platforms. Like, no one's really having a robust conversation with robust solutions to that. No, I mean, especially in reforming media, like no one's having it. And by the way, I'm not even talking about like, oh, we need to censor certain things. No, I'm talking about regulations that were working really, really well and then were repealed in the 1970s, right? Mm-hmm. Again, look into the fairness doctrine. Once that was lifted, it really did pave the way for bad faith actors, dishonest actors, places like Fox News to thrive. And as long as that propaganda machine keeps going, I really don't think a $50 million campaign to help reelect common sense Republicans, whatever that means, is gonna make much of a difference. That's where I'm coming from.
Sure, and I think you're basically saying that we have to. I mean, where people are consuming and being radicalized by this is on platforms like Facebook, is on platforms like OAN or other, niche, fringe right-wing outlets. Also, a lot of AM radio. I think it's good to have more voices and a democratization of the media, but it should also come with some kind of regulation. And if someone is just straight up spouting lies, let's have a Surgeon General warning about that this content might red pill you in a bad way.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.